From the peaks of Mount Uratunga to the ocean floors of the Bastor Sea, I dare say there are none more deserving and renowned than she, filling our hearts with admiration, fear, in equal measure. The self-same admiration is why I volunteered to go and interview her on the behalf of Magical Paradise Weekly, but fear halted my steps. Indeed, it was all I could do to observe her from a distance. I thought I might remain to unseen witness to her wonders and horrors. But who else could have placed that curse on me? Who else could have lifted it? Talking about Shinato. Salim Sentinel's rule number 1, never say it can't be done. Salim Sentinel's rule number 2, disobeying the president will bring down the fury of 1,000 suns. Salim Sentinel's rule number 3, always aim to be the biggest cog of the machine. Salim Sentinel's rule number 4, a swift kick to the groin can remove every pain. Salim Sentinel's rule number 5, failure means going hungry. Thanks for the offer, but I'll pass. Oh, jeez. We endeavor to guard the Empire from threats posed by beastmen. It is the Serpent Generals appointed by Empress Najmira who leads the charge in our never-ending struggle. Each is granted a name corresponding to the symbol of the Empire, the 5 serpents, each associated with an element: fire, water, earth, wind, and the heavens. Rojajin, the Sky Serpent General, holds command over the other 4. Galadar, the fearsome serpent of the flames, Zagzarad, the azure serpent of stone, Najlat, the gallant serpent of gales, and Mali Alapon, the graceful serpent of water. They call upon all who possess the courage to resolve to face the beastmen hordes, take up arms and sword and shield in defense of the capital. So that's just the whole besiege thing. How many days has it been since I last found an imbued cell in these damned ruins? Even one might be enough to stop our monk from bullying me. The thing I do for sad trite. Oh god, that hits way too close to home. I did that way more than I should have. It all began with a stone, or so the legends say. In ages past, a sentient jewel, enormous and beautiful, banished the darkness. Its many-colored lights filled the world with life and brought forth mighty gods. Bathed in that light, the world entered an age of bliss until, after a time, the gods fell into slumber and this world was called Vana'diel. Yeah, that's the introduction to the original entry. You weren't supposed to be here. Want to miss out on all the fun? My gut told me something was wrong, so I leapt into the portal. Next thing I knew, I found you on the ground and a giant dragon looming over your heads. I know I was pushing my luck, but I was glad I was able to help. Indeed you did. In fact, I dare say your presence is what turned the tides in our favor. My king, no. How could this happen? You had the perfect vessel, the power of a god at your command. If it was perfect, then why did their corpse not lay at my feet? I need a new vessel, a stronger vessel. Shinri only came to be Promathia, the Twilight God, sought ever greater power. It slew the world's greatest champion, brought ruin to the world. To find a stronger vessel will be no easy feat. What the hell are you talking about? Promathia didn't slay anyone. Quite the opposite. In fact, I was there. Your victory over Promathia alongside your adventuring companion was but one of countless possibilities. Like Shinryu, the death of Vana'diel's twin. How can you be so certain? The battle against Shinryu, seeing you there, it all came back to me. Both memories of a world where heroes prevailed over Promathia, and a world where you alone survived an encounter with Shinryu. preposterous, I know, and it all makes sense. I finally remember who I am, what I am. The memories of that echo within rifts between worlds, from past and futures alike, from adventures of our world, but those not of our own, somehow intertwined and coalescent into the man that stands before you. You share the memories of my friend too. Well, that explains how you know so much about me. We will not be ignored! Started quick, I need healing before it's too late. I need more. So much for that. This place, it's vanishing. You appear to be back in Juno now. Just as I just said. No. It can't end like this. I won't let it. I need only return to the Walk of Echoes to find another world, another champion worthy of my cause. Where do you think you're going? You're finished, Sareel Ja. Looks like we're not quite done yet here. Okay, let's get going and let's start wrapping this up. I'm guessing there's not a whole lot left. We have to go after Sareel Ja. Sareel Ja might have gone away, but he's clearly grown desperate. We best hurry back to Alxaal Ja and consider how we must track the fiend down before he has time to recover. Distant promise. Axel's eager to pursue Sareel Ja. Let's return to Mamuk for now. Perhaps someone in the Landsguard spied Sareel Ja as he fled. Yeah, so Axel's identity is what I kind of thought he was, is he's basically supposed to be an amalgamation of the player character from 11. Where the hell did Sareel Ja disappear to? Well, he praised the Landsguard of what we've discovered. Glad to see you return to One Piece, Kari. We heard from Alxaal. Seems that Sareel Ja's schemes beyond the rift have been thwarted, yes. That is well. We've routed the last of the echoes on this side, thanks in large part to Alxaal Ja. However, we lost contact with one of our scouts shortly after they reported seeing Sareel Ja heading somewhere near Goldrak Descent. Alxaal Ja is heading there right now. I wouldn't, but it would put my mind at ease if you would to accompany him. Of course. Sounds like he's not far from the port of Juno. We should hurry. Does he truly intend to conjure more echoes? What is he scheming now? Sareel Ja, he took us unaware. We tried to stand our ground, but he forced his way into the sky-deep cenote. Alxaal Ja arrived moments ago and immediately set off in pursuit after taking our report. I hope he can handle that slippery snake. If anybody would be fine, it'd be him. That being said, Sareel Ja will not give up without a fight. We haven't a moment to lose. Perhaps I should make for the Mist Continent. No, it would be all too easy for me, easy to track them, for them to track me there. I have no choice but to return to the rift. It's all of us, Sareel Ja. By the authority of the Land's Guard, I'm taking you into custody. Already upon me, I must set aside my pride, if only for a moment. I beg you wait, my king. Your king. If Tural returns to its former glory, the Bumul require a worthy leader to unite them. One remains no worthy than you, the elevated chosen. Indeed, no doubt your father, too, longs to see you take your rightful place on the throne. So come, Bugul, come to me, too. You would tempt the lapdog, but not in a bone, but a crown. I didn't expect your bravado to give away so easy, Sareel Ja. You won't be gloating for long. What for Tor's timing, you three? Would you please not convince our dear Bugul Ja to stay his blade? After everything you've done to sully the memories of our home for your twisted end, you expect us to help you? I wish to make amends, yes. Amends for my transgressions. You were cursed as a child never age, is that so? Made from the memories as you are, it would be simple to restore the flow of time to you. I'm fine just the way I am, thank you very much. Since you admitted you've done wrong, you should accept punishment. Maybe a knuckle sandwich or two. I can return you home to Vana'diel, to perish in a world which bears no ties is ill-bidding to adventures of your caliber. Do you agree? Let me send you back to where you belong. There's no denying I long to see home, but I long to see our friend bring you to justice. Tural, you be stranded. You will really forsake your only means of returning home for this brute you've only recently met? It matters not what we met, nor whatever he means to repay any kindness shown him. He's our friend. We don't need any more reason than that. Fools, all of you! Such childish naivety is why you could never be king. And why you inevitably play into the hands of the next Alexandrian queen. Trust is how you find yourself a tool, used to cast aside like so much rubbish. I will be a tool no longer. If you would throw your lot in other refuse, then it would be a pleasure to mark your grave. You'll die here, mourning the world you'll never see, set eyes upon again. You have enough strength to stand on your own, so why? Sometimes strength alone isn't enough. When faced with a terrible foe or the crushing weight of a seemingly impossible mission, a friend can make all the difference in overcoming hardship. I will never understand such folly. Live long enough and maybe you'll find someone to thaw via that icy heart of yours after you atone for your crimes, of course. Thank you, but what will you do now? What, you mean about getting home? It's fine, really. This place has kind of grown on me. Oh, my dear Prishe, it's remaining in this truly your wish. Hello, Shantoto. Shantoto, but how? Might we save the pleasantries for a more tranquil space? I grow tired of the unseemly decor of this place. I take it you are an ally then. Very well, let us return to Mamok. Sareel Ja may have undone himself with this echo, and I haven't seen the real Shantoto since we met in Winders. The dome we fought before wasn't Echo then. No, it couldn't be. It's the real one, isn't it? These mumble charms show me no hostility. How novel, beastmen versed in civility. Where's the one who escorted us here? It's rare for their two-headed ilk to appear. As head of their guard, he has simply come to appraise them of what took place here in the sky-deep Shinote. More importantly, Shinato, if I may ask... Silence, I will not hear a deafening screech of wheels in your mind turning. But fret not, you shall have the explanation which you are clearly yearning. To begin with, I'm sure you already know, I hail from Vana'diel, the one and only Shantoto. And it was by you two who bested this magic doll, rather amusing, unexpected sight to see myself fall. I thought it was peculiar that Echo would pit a decoy against us. Echo, what an interesting name for the creatures we fell, much like you, born from memories of our home as well. The truth that anyone with eyes can plainly see, well, make, like my dolls, no true article like me. So it really is you, Docs, or rather, a doll created by the real you, who now speaks through you? This is all a little confusing. Docs? Even here, I'm glad to see you as same as ever, my dear. My cross-earth research was proceeding apace when I sensed a disturbance in interplanar space. When I was being watched, the nerve, the gall, and is like, curiosity, I sent this magic doll. To find Juno and Winders was quite the surprise. No one but two faithful replicas. I could not believe my eyes. This rhyming is going to kill me here. There was also this half-made Bastock, shoddy work at best, an echo of an uncertain engineer that could have built it with zest. His absence meant there was no guilt in laying the city to rest. No sooner after we found you besieged by more of those strange creatures, none proved more than a mere trifle to you, of course. In the instant we first met, I knew right away you posed me no threat, and yet, the thrill of a good fight fills me with such delight. Oh, I can hardly resist trying to set you both alight. Who is this woman? As you might have guessed, Shinato is wont to get a little carried away when the mood strikes her. In any case, I'm glad to know that Sareel Ja, the fiend responsible for preying on the memories of Vana'diel, has been apprehended. So you don't need to worry any more prying eyes miss your work. Trouble is past, my work here is through. This doll would return home, but what of you two? Well, for your 11 cores appear compromised, it's hard to say how much longer you'll survive. Both of our cores? Seems our battle with Shinryu took a heavy toll. If you wish to come along, you need only ask. Ensuring your safe passage is a simple enough task. The offer is appreciated, but I'd rather stay. There's still a lot of adventuring I have left to do with Kari. I would say as well, I'll not deny it is a choice I've made with some reluctance, but if my time is short, I'd rather spend it here on an adventure with my friends. you don't mind waiting, our adventure doesn't have to be here. You mean to find a way to Vana'diel? That's a wonderful thought. But how in the world do you plan to make it over there? I'll find a way. I always do. Suppose it shouldn't put past you to find a way. That settles it. We'll save our adventuring for Vana'diel. With any luck, we'll find a solution to our predicament by the time you arrive. Before we go, could we maybe see a little more Tural? Only right that we say goodbyes. Besides, I got plenty left to pester you about besides. I hear that right? You're looking to take a trip around Tural? In that case, there's at least one place I'd like to take you along the way. Noting the contrast with Vana'diel has been a real treat. I'm coming along too, that is, my sweet. Just as well, something tells me I would regret leaving you to your own devices. I'll suppose the Drinable landing is as good as any place to start. When you're ready, we'll meet you there. Sure, it's nice we have one last talk before we go. Your suggestion to finish Vana'diel was surprising, and yet very like you. You seek the means to travel between worlds. Sounds like an adventure all on its own. You have tribes, evidently, the Moblins and the Trolls as well. What other kindred races live here, pray tell? I hope you haven't been waiting too long. Before I tend to my own business, I'm sure there's a few places in particular you'd like to visit before returning home. While you see to Alxaal and Prishe, I'll show Shinato about the city. Once everybody's finished, we'll reconvene at FFXIV. Whatever that was. If I didn't know better, I'd say cool Jaja's grown to touchable hospital. Shall we start by paying a visit to the Landsguard? They've been a pretty big help, haven't they? Let's head straight to the Valplum's post. That being our last time, I'd like to take the sights in a little along the way, if that's all for you. Discuss their memories. During our time in Kazam Uka, the Moblins told me of the Potsworn and their practices to foster an environment for creating the greatest gold and metal works of Tural. Such disparate people working together in such a fashion is something you would never see in our world. Perhaps what I'll miss most about when we return home. The Pelu over in Urkapaxo sure have an interesting way of talking about money, don't they? Makes you want to go and visit them just to listen to them haggle. They seem to be all shrewd salesfolk, too. Always finding it what I was looking for before I even asked. Witty mind readers, I tell you. I feel I owe a great deal to the merchants of this market, the supplies they furnish me with for our adventures. One can never be too prepared, though Prishe would perhaps disagree. A look equal parts impressive and concern on her face as she regards my bag bursting full of potions. Old habits die hard, I suppose. Seeing the fresh produce over the stall over there puts me in mind of all the amazing food we've had here in Tural. Block of steaks, some prickly pith. Oh, and the mate tea cookies. Ugh, when I wouldn't get for more cookies. Alexandra has been no slouch with their cooking either. Though I wasn't expecting cultivated meats. So many tasty foods I haven't had time to eat. So many desserts. Before I forget, I meant to talk to you about those talking catfish. Are they also considered one of the tribes of people here? Whenever I see them, I instinctively wish to protect them and their adorable little faces. Were they not so violent, I'd be sorely tempted to take one back home with us. The other day, I talked to someone in the outskirts who was torn about going home to Tural. There being a 30-year gap in everything. I know what it's like to lose time, which is why I told them they should make the trip while they can. Even the people they lost in 30 years, there could still be people waiting for them. I wonder if they're already here. Welcome back. On behalf of the Lands Guard, you have our sincerest thanks. As you know, Sareel Ja is being held in one of our cells and awaits sentencing by the Wing of Reflection. There was a time when his crimes against Tural and the throne would not have undoubtedly resulted in death. That being said, I do not believe redemption is impossible. The cool Ja has proven that, though there's a matter of the lives lost at Sareel Ja's hands. But these are matters you need to concern yourself with any longer. I assume you'll be taken off somewhere? We are at Habit Home. We thought it only come right to say goodbye. Could you pass our thanks along to Louisiana? Yes, of course. I have no doubt he'll be sad to see you go, as will the rest of the Lance Guard. May you both have a safe journey. We have no other stops to make. Let us make for the Vaca tie. Well, here we are. I see no sign of a cool Ja. Perhaps the tavern keeper has seen them. Come a colorful company today, I see. Will it just be the three of you? We're expecting two more, actually. Sorry to keep you waiting. Addressing all of her questions proved more time-consuming than I anticipated. To address them he did, without a moment's hesitation. The mall job this would have exceeded my eminently low expectations. Before you leave, I want to treat you one last round of tacos. Let's find a place to sit. Aren't you going to eat? I swear the tacos here in Tural will change your life. The offer is appreciated. This doll only needs magic to be duly sated. Ooh, these tacos are as amazing as Auntie. If I may have your attention, everyone, we would like to offer you all a special treat, a treat for the ears. Oh, it's that girl from the last one. Special performance by Skorica, the up-and-coming Sondrix hailing from Alexandria. My, what chances we meet here of all places. She's been practicing every day since you left, determined to realize her dreams of becoming a songstress. Imagine our surprise when Bakul Eva approached us asking if she could hold a performance at his establishment. What do you think? I'm finally going to do it, bridging the gap between Tural and Alexandria through music. Absolutely incredible. I'm glad I got to hear you sing before I had to leave. Leave? Does that mean you're finally going back home? In that case, I'll just have to go and sing there someday. I'll be the best singer they've ever seen. No doubt about that. Looking forward to it. Something about him gives me deja vu. I've sensed a similar power, but from who? An adventurer who's always traps and about. I'm sure I'll have later time to figure it out. Beautiful voice. Certain to be popular in Tural. Hopefully she visits Bamook as well. My mother would love to hear her singing. Strangely, newly met forged bonds last a lifetime. Is that not what it is to be an adventurer? Uploading tacos and unforgettable serenity from Skora. What more could I possibly want? Time, I guess, but there's no point in delaying the inevitable. Alright, we're ready to go. And let us make for Juneau without delay. The connection home is strongest there and will help us along the way. Will you be seeing us off, or are you planning to stay? My brother still finds it hard to believe that Shinato is able to take them home, but I know she can. The power the doll exudes is palatable, whereas controlling this mage is of the highest order. I suppose most people in their world are so absurdly powerful. I was told the other echoes here could return to Vana'diel, but chose to stay. They said they are fated to fade away anyway. They'd rather seek new adventures here. Adventures are really a crazy sort, aren't they? Despite our many trials and tribulations, I would not trade my memories of this place for anything in all the world. For everything you've done, I thank you. We have no further cause for delay. I shall plot a course for home and show you all the way. Concentrate on home, hold the picture in your mind, reach out with all your heart, and the path twixt worlds will answer in kind. Oh, I'm done. I'm impressed. Pupils worry of merit. That is no jest. I confess you have potential. You're not all just bluster. Certainly better than a certain total loser I could muster. Alright, until then. Until we meet again. Guess we may have overdone it a little bit with Shinryu. We had a lot of fun times here, didn't we? We met so many interesting people. I'll treasure these memories of Tural for all my days, however many that may be. I expect to see you in Vana'diel someday, you hear? That's a big world of ours, will always be waiting. Waiting for you. It's strange to think I will soon live along those same adventurers whose memories created me. Stranger still that you too may cross paths with them. Should that day ever come, I hope you will afford them the same kindness you gave me. Invite them on a venture and create new memories all their own. Hate to interrupt, but I don't think it's wise to waste any more time on this little time you have left. Look. But maybe you should come back for tacos sometime. We're comrades, after all. Always been short on those, eh, brother? Take care, you two, and safe travels. Until next time, Alxaal Ja, Kari. Seems so quiet now. Dry your tears, brother. You still have me. What tears? There are two of us. I'm the strong one. Ugh. We should head back to Mook. I'm sure Mother is curious to know what became of Alxaal and Prishe. Just something in my eye. So you returned, Kari, but where are Alxaal and Prishe? Have they? Yes, Mother, they've returned home. A bitter parting, I'm sure. Those who consider a friend are few and far in between. I didn't say they were friends. They're comrades. Prishe, Alxaal, and Kari. Nothing anyone says will change that. Would be remiss not to thank you as well before you go. I shudder to think what would happen not only in Mamook, but Tural if you had not come to our aid. Threatened by the ritual magics, no less. Never could we have imagined combining them with Electra would serve such nefarious ends, which is why the technique for conjuring shades will therefore hereforth be forbidden, never be passed down to future generations. We might have walked down a similar path if not for you and Rook Lamont. We have made many mistakes during the rite of secession, hurt many people. Despite all we've done, we've been given a second chance. As long as there are those who believe in us, we will keep trying to live up to their expectations. We've found the right path now, and we won't stray from it in the end. We refuse to be a burden to our comrades. Alxaal Ja. It is not too late to find yours as well, Father. If there's one thing I've learned, is that it's not people. That is, people need only the opportunity to change. Perhaps you're right, son. Perhaps you're right. If you ever need help again, do not hesitate, call me. Your enemies will rule the day they met Alxaal Ja. Perhaps violence shouldn't be our first solution. We could learn a thing or two from the vow of resolve, brother. Ah! You suppose Prishe and Alxaal made it back home safely. I hope they can come back and see us someday. Perhaps I'll find a way and go to visit them first. And story end. Something wrong? It's nothing. Just thinking on what all we've been through. It was some adventure. At the beginning of our journey, I had nothing. No name, no memory of who I was, just a vague sense of duty guiding me. In each battle we fought our way forward, eventually I would remember. I remembered what it was I was fighting to protect. Something more valuable than any treasure. You fight to protect it as well, which is why I know we will meet again. Until that day, let us be off, adventure calls. We'll leave the light on. Well, but that was Echoes of Vana'diel. Overall, I actually enjoyed this raid series, from both a story and raid aspect. Everything's been pretty good all around, and I was pretty happy with how it all ended up playing out in the end, especially since I have such a strong connection to Final Fantasy XI to begin with, which always helps in that regards. But with that, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up for today, since I've been streaming for quite a while now. So until next time, thank you for joining me in the next realms as always, and we'll see you next time.